What's up YouTube, TCG Radish here, and today I've got an announcement that Mystic Stadium TCG is now available to be played for free on untapped.in. And for those of you that don't know what untapped.in is, it's essentially a website where you can play a lot of different card games for free with your friends and with other people online, and there's a lot of different games here. Like, you can put your own game in. There's a lot of cool custom CCGs, a lot of lesser known CCGs. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'll basically give a run through in this video pretty briefly of how to use the site, and as it pertains to Mystic Stadium at least. I definitely won't go too in depth, but there's a lot of other resources online and YouTube videos that you could find with more information on how to use this site. So yeah, let's get right into it. So first thing you want to do is make an account, and once you do that, to make a deck, you want to go to the Decks tab right here, and you're going to go over here on the top right and say Create Deck. And you want to make sure it's Custom CCG for deck type, and you can put in any title you want here, and then you're going to go down here and click Create Deck. Cool. Alright, so I've put in all the cards so far from Enter the Stadium and the Shadow Kingdom into this database for custom CCGs. And if you want to search for a card, let's say Mystic Dagger, for example, you're going to type in the name. I'll show you kind of what it looks like. If you just type in part of the name, you can find it. So there's a lot of different cards from different games here, which is pretty cool. You can look through the arts, and there's some pretty cool stuff. But here's Mystic Saber. I do have it starred, so if you want to save something to find it more easily, you can click on the star here, and then it'll move it to My Starred Cards section here. So I've starred all the Mystic Stadium cards, so I'm just going to go here. So I'm going to clear my search and go to My Starred Cards. So there we go. So let's just add some cards in. So let's say we want to add a Cyclone Spike to our deck. So when we add a card to our deck, we're going to put it in either starts in main deck or starts in second deck. And what that means is you've got 30 cards in a deck, and 5 of them are going to start in your Soul Zone. So the 5 that you want to start in your Soul Zone, you want to put into starts in second deck. So let's say we want to put a Cyclone Spike in our Soul Zone to start the game. We would put it here, drag it under this area, and then we've got a number here, and we can adjust this to the number we want. So max 3, but let's say we want to play 2. So there you go, starts in second deck, 2. And if we want to put it into our main deck, then we'll just take a card, drag it over, and put starts in main deck. And we just keep doing this until we have the cards we want. We fill out our deck list, and up here it should show deck cards 30. So you want 30 total cards, and starts in main deck you want 25, and starts in second deck you want 5. And it's simple as that. Once you're done, I think you save it here, yes, and you click Save Deck right here, and then you've got a deck. So to start a game, you're going to want to head over to this Games tab here, and then for Custom CCG, click New Game. Normally you'd want a 2-player game, but since I'm just showing an example, I'm going to choose a solo game and put a title here, and then click Start Game. Then click Enter Game to enter the game. And then you get to choose a deck that you've created, and I'm just going to pick this one. Cool. So here we've got our deck right here. See, the icon says 25. And then we've got our Soul Zone here, and it shows that we have 5 cards in our Soul Zone. And over to the left, you'll see the face down pile, which will represent the energy zone. And we've also got a discard zone here. And our hand is this lower area right here. So the deck is pre-shuffled, and the first thing you want to do is click on your Soul Zone here. So just do a left click, and you're going to want to shuffle it. So move up here and click Shuffle. And cool, so now it's shuffled. And to draw 5 cards to start the game, just click on our deck. And you can do this whenever you want to draw cards. And you're going to say draw, choose the number you want to draw. So we want to draw 5, and we're going to click draw. And boom. And we can see that we've got these cards right here placed into our hand. And alright, so let's say we want to charge. During our charge phase, we're going to want to drag cards from our hand into our face down pile here, which is our energy zone. So let's say we want to charge this. We pick it up and we just drag it into the face down pile and let go. And it's simple as that. And 2, don't judge my play here, I'm just showing an example. And 3, and you can charge 3 cards, and yeah, and so that's how you get stuff into the energy zone. So to play a card and pay energy, what we want to do is click on our energy zone, and you can always click on an energy zone. I think your opponent's as well, just to see how many cards are in it. So right here we can see there's 3 cards, and the top card I believe is the leftmost card. So let's say you want to pay 2 energy to play this crystal shade here. And so we will click on a card, the leftmost, say send to main deck bottom. And you can also press Y if you have hotkeys enabled, but I'm just going to move up here, click main deck bottom. And I'm going to do that again with this card, main deck bottom. So we've paid 2 energy, and now to play this card, we just drag it out of our hand and drop it onto the board like that. Simple as that. Pretty cool. Let's also play this quick energy, and we're going to drag it onto the board just like that and resolve its effect. So top 2 cards of your deck into your energy zone. Pretty simple. You're going to click on the deck, say draw 2, face down pile, and we want to do 2. And there we go. And since this is done resolving, we'll move it to our discard here. Just drag it. And cool. And whenever you want to minimize this, you can just close the tab here. And alright, so moving on to attacks, declaring attacks and declaring targets and things of that nature. You can always use the chat to communicate with your opponent. You can click these buttons to disable either actions or chat. Let's say shade attacks you. And yeah, and this makes it easier to read. And in addition to chatting, you can also use draw on play area over here, and that way you can just kind of draw what targets you want to attack, whether it's a monster, or you can draw an arrow to their soul zone, wherever that would be, I do not know. And yeah, that is how you do that. And breaking souls, pretty simple as well. You would just want to go to this soul zone here, click on it, draw 2, face down pile, and boom, and it shows up in your energy zone. That's pretty much everything I can think of off the top of my head. Let me know if you have any other questions down in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.